Chief Meteorologist Brad Penovich. We are the day of the storm. Now we've got all the daylight hours to get ready. The worst comes in tonight into your Saturday. So here's the storm. Huge.
It's wintertime here in Charlotte, and we are projected to have the worst storm, the way they're talking, ever. But on my calendar of things to do this weekend was make this YouTube video about my normal weekend kind of routine as a kid who works full-time and lives on his own, whatever. Now, though, we're projected to have not a very normal weekend, so it still makes for an interesting story. Now I'm gonna go grab kind of the last little bit of storm essentials just to make sure that we're as prepared as we can be. Then we're gonna kind of go from there. So here we go. That should pretty much be the last of the stuff that I need to be able to brave this storm. Just a couple buckets, keep a little bit of water around just in case shit gets weird. I'm kind of done with everything I need to do, but I kind of don't want to go back home because I'm kind of skeptical about the power and stuff getting weird. Nobody's going to be driving anywhere for the next at least day, couple days once this storm hits us, and I've got a good 5 hours that I can use between that, so I kind of don't want to go home. We'll see. I'm getting nothing tonight until 11 p.m. allegedly, but it's just gonna be all day Sunday, so we're gonna see how it goes. Coming home. Made sense. Snow's not gonna actually start and the storm's not gonna actually start until 10 p.m. now. And the more they push it back, the more skeptical that I kind of get. But home now, gonna kind of eat lunch, hit the reset. Oh my God. I'm so sad. I just made this bread and it's already moldy. Severely. Holy shit. Look at this. This is insane. Severely moldy. I guess now we have more shit to make. So, batch made yesterday some tortellini, creamy tomato sausage, Italian sausage soup. So that's what we're gonna have for lunch today. Moldy bread, that was unlucky. Really remember it ever molding that quickly before. I don't know if the temperature change is different. I did mess the recipe up. I know that making bread is a very hot topic on the internet. I love to cook. It's one of my favorite things to do, one of my favorite activities to do. I make bread pretty much every week for myself, and I use a super simple recipe. I don't have any fancy equipment. I have no KitchenAid, nothing. I'll pop up the ingredients right here. It's literally just a screenshot that I have taken from the video that I saw on TikTok. Heating up my soup now. We're gonna plow that, and then we're gonna watch some YouTube videos, and we're just gonna hang out. So, left all my buckets in the car. Time to go grab those. filling up those buckets now with water, just to be able to have water in case we lose power, lose water, whatever. I'm gonna hit a little bit of a reset, clean the space up, and I'll vlog as much of it as I can. And just like that, the crib is now in generally a more usable state. And even though we are kind of living through a potentially very interesting and little weekend here in Charlotte in the Southeast, this is pretty common for what I do every weekend. So with that being said, we're gonna grab this camera, move it over into my desk, my office space, and we're gonna chew away at a little bit. I'd say chew away as if I'm gonna finish it today, but a little project that I've been working on. Probably make a cup of coffee too, because can't get at the desk if you don't have a cup of coffee, you know what I'm saying? Here we go, let's get it, boys. Pow. I'm not a scientist there, espresso, but that is engineering marvel. I mean, that is just at the top. Right. Showtime. You're not tall enough. Even though I've made, of course it's never been consistent, but I've made a lot of these kinds of videos. I've made YouTube videos for the past however long, whatever, it doesn't matter. College, I guess, 2021-ish time. Not consistently, but it still happened. Never before have I shot them in a room that wasn't my bedroom, in my childhood home, or traveling, so it's weird anyways. Now I'm in my home. The light is all different. Where I could put my tripod is all different. This is the setup. I don't know if I ever even showed you guys the setup. Same setup that I've been using for the past year and a half, but we can talk about it at some point if you guys want. Project that I'm working on, and I've kind of been working on, ebbs and flows sporadically whenever I have a moment to actually work on it, is a proper brand kit for my company, Studio 21. We're kind of making a sub-brand within that to do just video production. So that's going to be our wedding videos, event recap videos, corporate videos, literally any kind of video production that you need is something that we can handle and we can produce for you. So we've been working on doing the logos properly. These are all kind of things that I've been learning from my 9-to-5 job. I'm not a designer at all. I never have been. I'm a videographer, I'm a photographer, I'm an editor, but a big part of my 9-to-5 job is graphic design and application of logos and things like that. Not a huge part, but it's one of the parts that definitely has stuck out to me the most, and that I've learned the most, and that I'm trying to apply to my actual business. So I'm making a brand kit in Illustrator. The reason that it's been a process, is because I don't know how to use Adobe Illustrator. So that's a big portion that you have to factor in, learning new software. But also the design process is super difficult for me. It takes forever to get to something that you're happy with, and I finally have gotten to the point where I have something that I'm happy with from a conceptual perspective, so I just have to kind of run with that now. Once again, learning new software, building it from nothing, etc., etc., etc. So that's what we're gonna do right here, is throw a little lock-in session into that. Alright, so we're about to head just to get a last little taste of the free world before I get stuck in the house for a little while. Probably gonna go to the grocery store just to laugh and see what's in there. Should be interesting. of like it being wiped out or anything like that. It really wasn't bad at all. So I was able to get like some milk and some cereal and some extra chips and whatever just to be safe. Definitely impulses, but it's all good. In Charlotte. I've only been living here for a few months, so it's kind of like aggressive for me to even make a statement like that. But this is Camp North End. This is one of my favorite like views of the city, if you will, for like photos and stuff. It's super easy, and there's never really anybody like on this little strip. On a Saturday, this place is usually booming, and it's a ghost town here. I got a flat white from my guys over there at Hex. They're great people. I just had a nice little 20-minute conversation with this guy about film cameras, so that was pretty cool. But the city is it's definitely turning off and is getting ready for this storm, and it's exciting, I guess. Anticipation's building, and it's time to get this party started, I guess. Alexa, turn on all lights. So, good morning. Checking in from the storm. Sort of, I guess. About to take down this breakfast. This is still pretty normal for what I do. I make a cool, proper breakfast. I don't get to eat breakfast during the week. I'm kind of out and on the road pretty early for work, and so I like to slow down and take my time and eat some breakfast. So we're having some bacon, a fried egg, and some toast with some bread that I made yesterday. So it is just icy, slaty, annoying snow outside. Luckily, we still have power, still have water, still have everything here. So super grateful for that. And we're gonna see how it kind of goes. I think that the word on the street is that the conditions should deteriorate again today, like later this afternoon, where we should have a good amount of coldness coming in. So good amount of precipitation. So we'll see how it goes. The sentiment that I've kind of been getting from TikTok and stuff is that it was an over exaggeration and estimation. So anyway, I'm gonna eat this breakfast. I'm gonna grab a cup of coffee, I think, and I think I'm gonna go and feel this weather for myself. All right, so we're outside in the snow. It's actually softer than I thought, but it's just ice balls. It is cold out here. And like, obviously it's cold out here, but it is cold out here. So I'm gonna head back inside now. I'm glad that I did get out in it. Coincidentally, through this process, I've seen like 2 people driving in the snow, which is bad. As you can see, and as you can kind of see from the B-roll, no scraping or anything like that has been done as of about 11 a.m. But it is cold out here, so I'm gonna go back inside. But yeah, at least something happened. At least, yeah, I gotta get back inside. I can't feel my fingers. Very cold out there. The weather is supposed to deteriorate towards the end of the day today. We'll see about that. Who knows? I'm still prepared for the worst. I still have all of my stuff in order. The interesting thing about today is I don't really have anything to do. Sundays in a normal weekend for me would be meal prep for the week, make sure that my laundry is done. I'm drying laundry right now. That kind of stuff, be able to set myself up for the week, the work week coming up. I'm not doing any of that. I mean, obviously I'm doing laundry, I guess, but I'm not gonna meal prep. Doesn't make sense, because I don't think we're going to work tomorrow. I'm gonna get out of my layers, and I'm gonna try and keep these hands up, and we're gonna go from there. So the rain has just started back in its most significant state that it's been since kind of just cut. You guys aren't going to be able to really tell, but I'm going to flip the camera around so you can kind of see what the vibes are looking like. You can't tell really at all based off of that video that I just sent you, but in the past 10 minutes it's gotten way more gray outside, way more bleak and cold feeling. Word on the street is tonight is kind of like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen as far as the power going out. Gonna crank the heat and get the crib kind of as warm as we can get it before anything weird starts. I'll know in about an hour whether or not we are going to work tomorrow or not. Based off of what I'm seeing right now, I think we're probably not. All right, so update. About maybe an hour and a half later since I last talked to you guys, maybe more, maybe less, who cares. Work has been canceled tomorrow for your boy, which is obviously pretty cool. It kind of feels like elementary school. Watch the TV, it tells you at the little bottom, yo, class is canceled tomorrow. Whenever I was super young, that's literally how it just felt, waiting for the call from my job. So school is canceled. Work is canceled for tomorrow. Also, tomorrow, it's gonna, I think, thaw a decent little amount during the day. We're supposed to have some sun, weather permitting. I'll check Instagram and kind of see what the vibes are like, but I would really love to run to the downtown area of my neighborhood in Charlotte and maybe do some photos, grab a coffee, something like that, just to get out of the house. I don't know, a little bit of cabin fever maybe is sinking in already. But morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's day 3, Snowmageddon, Charlotte, North Carolina. To the best of my knowledge, it's over. There's no more rain or anything coming. No more precipitation, no more anything like that, which is, I guess, exciting. As I said, work has been canceled, and as you guys can hopefully see outside, a lot of melting has occurred in the past, honestly, couple of hours. Finally kind of ready to go, ready to hit the road and get out into the world. I'm kind of just trying to decide what bag I'm gonna bring. I'm torn. I don't really want to bring my whole bag, my whole backpack, but we probably will. Dark spot here. It's pretty slippery, nothing crazy. You can definitely just slip and slide on this. I'm gonna try not to bust my ass. ladies and gentlemen, that is probably going to wrap this video and the storm in North Carolina. What an underwhelming storm. With that being said, thank God. Hopefully everybody who's watching this video was able to have as good of an experience as I was. Obviously super grateful that heat stayed on, power stayed on. I'm gonna conclude this video here. Thanks for watching. And I'll catch you guys later. Deuces.